So whenever people ask me over on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, for example, who the best right-back wonder kid is, I usually just say Serginho Dest, right? But in today's video, I've got a top 10 right-back wonder kids, which absolutely blows my mind. I'm going to start off with Joe Sader, right? Who is very, very good if you're looking for a defensive fullback, okay? Tackling 17, marking 17, heading 14, as well as positioning 17. He's basically a centre-back playing at right-back, right? So if you're looking for a solid player on that side of the pitch, this guy is absolutely perfect and can play for some of the top clubs in the world. The year here is 2031, right? So this is 10 years in the future. This is what he looks like at the start of the game. You can pick him up for around 3 million, I believe, which is such great value considering how good he turns out. We're going to look at all the players' career stats 10 years in the future today, and we're going to look at everybody's scout report as well. So 6.89 average rating over the years is good. He's had 5 assists in one season and just the odd one in the others, scoring 2 goals. But if we look at his scout report, we do find out that he's a fairly consistent performer, which is huge, right? As a defensive fullback goes, I don't think there's much beating this guy. Okay, so next up we've gone for value. We could pick this guy up for less than £100,000 at the start of the game, and he turns into such a good asset, so versatile. Again, quite good if you're looking for a backup, maybe for a top team. Can definitely has the potential to be better than what his attributes show here. Good mentally, very good physically. In terms of history, though, we can see 6.96 average rating over the years, which is great. Scores a few goals and gets a few assists. But if we look at his hidden attributes, you can see he's a perfectionist, and he is a consistent performer as well. Francis here represents a similar kind of versatile player. It costs you a little bit more and is 19 at the start of the game, right? Again, he develops into a solid kind of defensive fullback, and he makes his way onto number 8 on our list. 6.91 average rating over the years, and although he is a fairly consistent performer, he does not enjoy big matches. I'm slightly regretting putting Francis on the list, actually. No, I've seen that. Joshua Wagner next, 3 million to 4 million at the start of the game. You can pick him up for again, you can see we're getting slightly better as we move into number 7 on our list. This time we've got crossing and dribbling, both decent, as well as the tackling, obviously. Solid mentals and really good physicals. History-wise, 6.98 average rating. Everyone seems to get 6.98 and has missed a little bit of game time here in these 3 years, so you could potentially develop him a lot better than he is in this particular save. He's a spirited individual, enjoys big matches, but could be fairly susceptible to injuries. Mulder will cost you around 10 million at the start of the game. He's about 22, so a little bit older than your kind of standard wonder kid, but you can use both feet. Again, very versatile. He's fast, got good stamina, anticipation, determination, positioning, decent defensive ability. Not setting the world alight technically, but fullbacks generally don't. But this is where he shines, right? Look at his average rating over the years, 7.12. Scores goals, gets assists now and again, and my scout tells me that he's adaptable when it comes to living in another country, enjoys big matches, and is a fairly consistent performer. Boom! Wilfred Singo next will cost you quite a bit at the start of the game if you want to buy him straight away, but if he comes available for any less than the 30 million that is estimated to cost you later on in the game, definitely go for it, because determination, acceleration, agility, jumping reach, and pace all over green say it for themselves. History-wise, 7.18 over the years, which is insane. And that's underpinned by a fairly consistent performer attribute as well as some other good pros. Pedro Poro then at the start of the game playing for Sporting Lisbon. You might have to spend a couple of million quid to get him away from there. But again, if he does become available, or if you manage to get a deal on him, definitely something worth looking at. Look at this: flair 17, determination 17, first touch 16, crossing and dribbling both 15. If you can find a fullback with both of those stats, it's worth paying money for, right? Technique, passing, pace, natural fitness, agility and acceleration. Obviously this guy is sick. 7.16 again average rating. Hasn't missed many games in club football until he goes to obviously Man City, or until his latter years at Man City, I should say. Reports wise, of course he enjoys big matches, of course he displays resolute characteristics, and of course he's a consistent performer. In at number 3, Gonzalo Estevez, about 3 or 4 million at the start of the game, so one of the top picks today. He comes in at number 3. Not only is he cheap and available at the start of the game, again playing for Sporting Lisbon, he is so good in this iteration. Look at the mentals, look at the physicals, and he's even got a few technicals as well. History-wise, 7.03, can get the odd assist, doesn't score too many goals, but obviously my scout is telling me he is a fairly consistent performer. Boom. Vanderson. I don't hear a lot of people talk about Vanderson. I think we did put him in the best right backs video that we did earlier on in the year, just because he looks so good to me. But I don't hear a lot of people talking about him. You get him for around 7 or 8 million at the start of the game. He plays for Monaco. I've got Monaco written down to my side here, but he doesn't play for Monaco according to this. So whatever, 7.25 million. He's played a lot of games, scored a few goals, gets bag loads of assists. Look at that, 10 assists for Dynamo Kiev in 2028. In terms of reports, he enjoys big matches, and he is a consistent performer. Numero uno then goes to Riddle Baku, about 20 million at the start of the game, but just look at his positions, right? He can play absolutely anywhere on the pitch, apart from up front. He's fast, stamina, determined, work rate, very good mentally and physically, and decent technically. To be honest, I'm regretting not putting Gonzalo Estevez at the top of this list. But 7.24 average rating is not to be sniffed at. Scores goals every single season that he plays more than one game and gets assists. And of course, this guy relishes big matches. He doesn't just like them, he relishes them and is a fairly consistent performer. In fact, he's not just a fairly consistent performer, he's a consistent performer. So the more dark red these stats are in your scouting report, the better they are at them, right? They represent the hidden attributes. That's your list. Those are the 10 players. Write them down, head on over to Patreon if you want to download it straight into your shortlist, into your game rather. Please check out this video here because there's so many good hidden gems on that one as well. Subscribe if you're new, hit like. We're trying to hit 5k subs before the start of the new game. Please, please, please help us out. See you soon.